We move on to Eagles Broncos, 4:25 p.m. Eastern. Eagles 3-6, 3-2 on the road. And by the way, I think I'm going to move on the Chargers here. I think they can take care of business at home. They haven't been very good at home. I get that, but if it's under a field goal, Okay, let's move on. Philadelphia Eagles at Denver Broncos. Empire Field at Mile High, Denver, Colorado. 53 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 8 miles per hour. We have Philly opening up as 2.5-point dogs. Bodog has moved it to 3, but they're the only book who has. The total opened up at 45. It's now 44. Slatsy says Bebsie Jimmy hasn't slept in 3 days. It's actually longer than that. Let's take a look where the cash lies here. We have 2,105 tickets in. 60% of the tickets on Denver, 77% of the cash on them. 54% of the tickets are on the over. We don't know the cash flow at this point. Eagles come in off their 27-24 home loss to the Chargers. Jalen Hurts was 11 for 27 for 162 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Devonta Smith caught 5 passes for 116 yards. Only 4 players caught passes for the Eagles. It feels to me like this is a pretty easy team to prepare for. Then they took advantage of the NFL's worst run defense, 176 yards rushing. TJ Edwards had 12 tackles, but the Eagles got no pressure on Herbert. 0 sacks, 0 quarterback hits. As I said, he's the 5th quarterback to complete more than 80% of his passes against the Eagles. Dak, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Derek Carr are the others. Eagles still haven't won a game in 4 tries at home under Nick Sirianni. Darius Slay has a hamstring injury. He left in the 4th quarter, and Avonte Maddox, knee injury, didn't finish the game. So we're already talking about how bad this secondary is, and now they have these 2 guys hurt. So at this point right now, there's no update. I guess the only good thing is that Maddox isn't on the injury report. Broncos are rolling. They try to go 3 for 3 in consecutive weeks against the NFC East. Already took care of Washington, Dallas. Now they get Philly. Coming off a big 30-16 win at Dallas, they were up 30-0 at one point in the 4th. First game since trading star pass rusher Von Miller, and it was perfect. So they had no Malik Reed. He was inactive. They had no Von Miller, and we capped that very well. They shut down the Cowboys, and the under hit, the Broncos hit. They stepped up, with these big pieces out. Now, will they be able to do it 2 games in a row? That's for us to decipher here. Cowboys got too late. It was going to be their worst shutout at home since 1985. Held the Cowboys to 0-4 on 4th down. But they have so many injuries, and this is probably a good point to not buy in on them. They had left tackle Garrett Bowles, ankle injuries, questionable to go this week. They lost right tackle Bobby Massey and right guard Graham Glasgow to ankle injuries. Glasgow was taken off a cart with an air cast. He's out indefinitely. Massey's week to week. I mean, this is bad. Bridgewater, 19-28 for 249 yards, 1 touchdown. Tim Patrick caught 4 passes for 85 yards, touchdown. So he was helped off the field after an incompletion in the 3rd quarter. Jerry Jeudy caught 6 passes for 69 yards. Javonte Williams continued his great season, 17 carries for 111 yards. Melvin Gordon ran 21 times for 80 yards. They got 2 sacks, both by Jonathan Cooper for his first NFL sacks, got 7 quarterback hits. Caden Stearns got an interception. McTelvin Agim didn't return after injuring his knee. And Patrick Surtain also hurt his knee. Fangio said that Noah Fant is close to returning from COVID protocols. Surtain had an MRI on Monday, which showed a sprained knee. Defensive tackle Mike Purcell and linebacker Malik Reed missed last week, and Alyssa is questionable. I mean, don't you have to fade? Well, I should say don't you have to, but it certainly seems like the Broncos are susceptible here after everybody saw how good they played, and then they're dealing with all these injuries. Bebsie, take it away, Eagles-Broncos.
I understand the logic to want to fade the Denver Broncos after such a huge win against Dallas. And, of course, all the injuries. That's the only thing that's keeping me off them, though. The injuries are keeping me off, not the win against Dallas. But it's still Denver or no play for me. I think they're just they're a very underachieving football team right now, but I still think they're a much, much better team than the Eagles. And there's 2 coaches rookie coaches that had horrendous press conferences in the preseason. The other being Campbell, but Sirianni too. Sirianni just comes off like a dope, and I have no faith in him. I just, it's Denver or no play. It's the injuries that kill me in this one, though. There's a lot of injuries, but Judy's back. Cortland Sutton's back. They now have two great receivers. If Fant is getting close, they're just a better football team, but damn, are they beaten up.
Jacksonville Zoe says, why is the line only 3? I expected -4 or 4.5 after the Dallas game. Vegas wants people on Denver. Christopher Comtini says, please don't take the Eagles. Well, I tell you what, there's no chance I'm on the Broncos. So that means that it's probably no bet. And if it's no bet, then I don't even think how are the Broncos going to do anything with their whole offensive line in shambles? I don't get it. I don't
Bebsie,
want.
what did Prince of the City tell you? Remember what Prince of the City told you? Bet against the Eagles.
He hates the Eagles more than anything in life. And I want to take the Broncos. I think I need to see what this injury report looks like later in the week. And depending on who's out, who's in, I might still take the Broncos in this.
Yeah, I can understand if Surtain is good to go. Prince C says, have you watched the Eagles defense? Look, it's terrible. It's terrible. But is Bridgewater going to have any time to do anything? There's a lot of moving parts here. I don't want anything to do with. So nothing for me. Bebs, are you making anything official here?
No, but I am putting a question mark beside this because I am going to look at the injury report for the Broncos, and if it doesn't look too bad, I will be taking them later this week.